This is a short video on how to create amazing static ads with Superscale. There's thousands of ads being created on Superscale right now. It's one of our most used formats. They're going through the roof. A lot of people are creating static ads. And so I want to jump right in and show you how to create amazing static ads in minutes with Superscale Agent. So if we jump right in, I have a brand here for Airbnb, just an example. And if you look at the screen, you see that I have already created 5 static ads, and you can see this is not, AI slop level that you get from an average platform that lets you generate some ads. This is actually ads that you can use immediately on Meta, because all of these ads have a deep research and knowledge workflow behind them, where our agent goes and finds the right ads for you. So you can go through those, and you see that even from a brand standpoint, from like a conversational standpoint in terms of how Airbnb would advertise, these are amazing ads. Now, the reason why they're getting so good is because of what the agent is doing to get to these ads. And so if we go up here in the agent task and we look at the prompt, I basically said, okay, I want to create static ads for Meta, research what an ad format perform best in my niche, then create 5 static ad variations for my product using different proven formats like social proof posts, product showcases, and before-after comparisons. And so what the agent is then doing is it's going through all these competitors of Airbnb, and it will be able to do the same thing for your product, and finding the ads that are actually working for them and then replicating these ads. Now, it's not just a copy of an ad, right? It's not a simple copy, but it's actually thinking about what is good about this ad that I could replicate in my ad. And so we have this goal at Superscale to create ads that you can immediately launch on Meta and get live in a couple of hours with your ads. Including, putting them live, and get to a point where you get ad creatives that actually work for you. Now, if you go into the production part of the agent here, you can see that, basically the agent can tell you why an ad was produced. So if you hover over these, small elements here, you will see why the agent produced an ad. Now, the amazing thing is that if you are in an agent chat and you have all this overview here of the ads that you created, you can just continue the conversation with the agent. You can say, okay, these are amazing. Make 5 more. And so you can start to iterate and you can get to the creatives that you need very fast, right? It's like a matter of minutes. Now, what's also amazing is, sometimes you get to an ad and it's like near perfect, right? You want to make that small change that really, puts it out there and perfectionizes it for you. Now, we've launched something last week that lets you edit ad creatives. And so if you look into this ad, for example, and say for some reason, we wanted to remove the text down here, I can just click edit and I drag, this box over here. And then I say, remove this text, right? And so now it's going to basically save that edit that I want to make, and I push it to the chat, and it's going to be here in the chat box. That ad is going to be attached. And so if I now submit it, and we're waiting on the other on the other creatives to go through. If I now submit it, it's going to be in our up next queue, and basically the agent will run through that edit. So this is how you can get from just signing up to Superscale, literally putting in that prompt. It's going to run the research for you. It's going to make statics, and you have ads that are not just something that the AI kind of, thought about. It's actually they have a foundation in research that is running, basically through hundreds of ads for you and looking into like what actually works. So I wanted to just make this short overview. Now, if you want to try this out, just go to Superscale AI, sign up with your product URL. This can be your website, store URL, and then you're in the agent, and you can literally, we pull the initial context, and you can literally immediately start a task and you make your first ads. Now, one last point I want to touch on is the context side of things. So let's say you get to a point and you see like, okay, these ad creatives, they're getting good. I'm making progress, but I need some things to be different. Now, if you navigate to context, you will see that this page is getting pre-filled from our system, but there's going to be things that you can improve. You can add competitors that you want to track, that you want the agent to take, special attention to. You can add your own ad pages if you have ad pages live. And you can make adjustments to colors, logo. You can provide more description or even custom context files that you can also upload an MD file or something to here. And by doing that, you create more granular instructions to what the agent should be focusing on. And the better that you do this, the more context about what you want to achieve the agent has, and the more successful your ad production becomes. And so if you invest a couple of minutes into your context, it actually saves you an amazing amount of time down the line. And then last point, we just last week launched also video generation in the agent. So far, if you navigate to video templates, this is different templates that you can use to create video, amazing opportunities to create video ads with AI. Now, if you want to do it in the agent, we launched the new seed dance model, which is at the moment 15 seconds. But it's using that same context and that same research and knowledge to create these videos. And so these videos are getting really, really good as well. And so if you basically just click on here, short video ads, then you get a couple of recommended prompts. Just let one of these prompts run, and you see that it's gonna literally, run research. Now, in this case, I had, Reddit, and then it's running all the Reddit research for me. And then based on that research of like, okay, what is something we should talk about? It immediately generates you these ads. So another mind-blowing workflow. I hope that's helpful. Let me know, send me a message if you have any questions about this, and we're looking forward for you to try Superscale.